Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a bit, it's been about 2.5 months. I was going through a very difficult time emotionally and physically. Today's video is about living in the countryside in Japan. I went to Japan with no expectations, with just simply being present and being open to new experiences. I went to Japan through the JET program, which is an English teaching program where people from all around the world in English-speaking countries can go to Japan and teach. And this is such an excellent way to go to Japan, immerse yourself in the culture for a lengthy period of time. I was there for 2 years, and those 2 years absolutely changed my life on the spiritual level, first and foremost, emotionally, and I got to know more of who I am. In the JET program, it's very competitive. There were hundreds of people who applied to the JET program, and only 20 people were accepted in my city, which is Ottawa. And they had asked me after I got accepted, what cities do I would like to be in? I did not say Tokyo. I said Kyoto because Kyoto is the old capital. It has a lot of the old structures, the temples, the shrines. This is true for all around Japan, but there's a lot of historical events there and old structures that are still preserved there as well. There's Gion district, which is where a lot of the geishas or the maikos, which are the apprentices of the geishas, present. So I really liked that. I was so immersed. I even wanted to become a maiko-san, which is very crazy to say, but yes, I wanted to understand this beautiful, artistic, I want to say job, but that's not the right word, artistic expression of these women. I had a lot of reasons to want to go to Kyoto, but I'm very happy that I ended up not living there. I'm not a fan of crowded places. I live in a city, but it's not a very big city. It's about 900,000 people. Depending on where you're at, this is all relative. And I just liked not having too many people around. So that was a positive for me. Tokyo is so crowded. It's overwhelming. Of course, people there, maybe they get used to it or they don't get used to it, and some people just adapt to that. One of the good aspects of living in the countryside is that you have more space. So if you want to rent an apartment or get a home, it's way more space than what you would find in Tokyo. Tokyo, you can find bigger places, but the price tag comes along with it. I lived in a home, 3 bedrooms, a big living room, a big kitchen, and that was a total of $240 about. And that is truly unheard of. Even other people in the JET program, they didn't have the same size of a home like I did. So I really lucked out. I took the same place my previous the previous person that worked in the schools that I started working at, I took her place, and so I didn't even have to look for a place. It just came along with being in the JET program. They really help you to get everything done. You don't have to really do much research about that, so that's the amazing thing about the JET program. Number 2, living in the countryside lets you learn Japanese better. Instead of maybe sticking to the group of English speaker people that you know, or getting to know English speakers, that way you actually put focus on learning Japanese if that is your aim. Number 3, the third positive is that it's quiet. You get to see more of the beautiful nature, the magical nature in Japan. Oh my goodness, it's such a beautiful place. There's something about the nature in Japan that you can't compare it. Also, I love that they respect nature there. I used to live in Yamaguchi. This is a province or prefecture south of Hiroshima, and I lived in a small town called Kawanishi. People would go see Kintaikyo Bridge. Kintaikyo Bridge was really beautiful as well. Highly recommend seeing it, even though you might not see anyone talking about it. There are those hidden gems around Japan that no one's going to talk about. And that's the nice thing about Japan, that there's always this old structures. Now, if you are interested in seeing a video about my home in Japan, I actually have a video of that. Interestingly, since 2015, I've been wanting to do YouTube. Of course, I held myself back. And if you are wanting to do YouTube, I highly recommend just starting it, because along the way, you'll just learn. Instead of learning everything all at once, do not do that. That's a lot of pressure, and then you won't want to do YouTube anymore. If that is something you're interested in, I will post that. So if you are interested, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell button. Now for the negative of living in the countryside. I would say it was very lonely. Extremely lonely. There was only the old people there. It was nice to say hi to everyone. So that's another thing. Another positive is that people are so amazing. They're so nice. They say hi to me. You know, I'm like the only foreigner around. But it is very lonely, especially if you don't know much Japanese. I had myself very busy. I would go to Miyajima, which is a small island in Hiroshima. Absolutely love that place. Known for oysters. They have this beautiful, I forgot what it's called, torii structure. Japanese people are so busy that they won't make time because they don't even have time for themselves. So that was another thing. There's I would say, a big problem of loneliness there, hence the big drinking culture, drinking their pains away of working so much. I talk about some of that stuff in the culture shock video. But overall, my experience living in the countryside was amazing. I loved it. It was exactly what I wanted. There was a cherry blossom tree outside my balcony. There was also a magnolia tree. I love that tree so much. I also did couch surfing, which is like Airbnb, but for free. I hosted travelers from all around the world. So that also was very good to stay away from that loneliness that I was going through. And overall, I'm so glad that I lived in the countryside instead of Tokyo or Kyoto or Osaka, the big cities. How about you? If you were to go to Japan, would you live in the countryside or in the big city? Or maybe in between. That might be also a great compromise instead of the countryside. If you have any other questions about Japan, please comment them below. I would be more than happy to answer. JET program, honestly, I highly recommend it. I can talk more about it if you would like. And I hope to see you guys very, very soon.